Hi, and welcome again to the industrial classroom. We are back again after a very long holiday, we can say. I was generally busy in some industrial works. So, okay, now let us continue because in this video we will be continuing some of the major belt repairs and um, what are the general damages that we find in conveyor belts. Okay, before moving on to the introduction and all, let me just show you some of the images of this conveyor belt. See, conveyor belts are a very equipment asset for our industry. Uh, very what we can say a consumable which is a burden on the industry. Okay, it's a very costly, it's very expensive. If you know a simple grade of conveyor belt, if we go on to the advanced grades like steel cords and this so on onto the some special covers like aramid belt, these all are too much expensive. So maintaining these, a small damage on the conveyor belt is a damage on the industry, we can say. Okay, damage on the equipment because it leads to decrease its shelf life. So these are some of the images that I have collected here. This is a through cut type of damage. What we can see here, it is a peel off type of damage, and here this is the type of impact damage. Okay, so there are various reasons why these conveyor belts are getting damaged, and we need to protect these damages because repair in time saves line. We know it. Okay, so therefore we need to repair this. So our topic today is conveyor belt repair methods, ratings and best practices, what we should do. Now let me show you this image. What you can see, this is a conveyor belt, this is a idlers, this is the gallery, what we can say, and the edge is found damaged here. This may be due to excessive belt sway or due to some operational inefficiency, what we can say, due to which this edge has been damaged. When it comes to conveyor belts wear down. Okay, everything has a shelf life, and but the excessive wear down over time may be due to some heavy loads, maybe due to some environmental stress like heat, moisture, or some rainy conditions, then misalignment and material spillage. See, when there is heavy loads, we can find increase in the tonnage capacity of the belt. Okay, the increase in the tonnage, when the tonnage capacity, when the tonnage increases more than designed capacity, then it affects the carcass, the plies, what we know from the first video. Next, when it comes to environmental stresses like heat, moisture, it leads to damage in, first it tends to damage the outer cover, the seed, or the bottom cover, top cover. Okay, and then it leads to further ply separation and many other type of damages. Misalignments, this may be due to some misalignment damage in which the belt edge may get the belt edge may sway itself and it gets rubbed with some equipment, maybe due to some with some structure or anything. Remember that not all damage means replacement. Most issues are repairable. Whenever there is a small damage, we don't go to replace it. See, in this case, maybe this in this image we may say that it is may we don't we can't actually see it, but there are some plier separations also. In this case, whenever I will show you the formula in where we go to replace and where we go to repair. Okay, but here a condition is there that we can replace the belt if it is throughout the length. But in such cases where the damage is very small, in this example where the damage is very small, we generally tend to repair it. But because replacement charges a very high burden on the industry, okay, so repairing is a general small method. Now before moving on to this, let me just show you some of the damages. Common conveyor belt issues. See, first is localized holes. Whenever this is a conveyor belt, okay, this is your conveyor belt, there will be some certain holes, through holes or some deep grooves on it. Okay, in such cases we generally tend to repair these holes, but it depends on the tendency, it depends on the capacity, it depends on the urgency. Okay, we have for it, we have top repairs and bottom repairs. Okay, what we will do is we will generally put a small patch is a repair strip. I will show you the image, a repair strip on the top side, a repair strip on the bottom side. Okay, these are repairable. In case of longitudinal tears, if this is short, for example, this is your conveyor belt. Okay, this is your conveyor belt, and we have a longitudinal tear here of this length, then we will generally repair it from top cover or using a top patch, bottom patch. But if it is very lengthier, then repairing it is a temporary fix. We will generally go for piece addition, means removing this old piece and putting a new piece in its place, or we will go for a complete belt replacement, or if there is much space in the take-up pulley, means we are, what we say is the counterweight, then we will generally shorten the belt. Okay, so this is also, these cases are also repairable. In major cases we go for, but in cases of long tears we go for generally belt replacement or piece addition. Next, in case of transverse breaks, remember that in cases of transverse breaks, whenever this is your conveyor belt and we have a transverse cut here, these cases are very urgent, and these require deep focus because repairing it is our high priority. We go for fastener repairs in such cases. Here repair strips won't work. Only repair strips is a foolish job, what we will say. Okay, so here generally fasteners are put, but depending on the cases, depending upon if 10% is cut, then we will generally repair it. If more than this is cut, then we must change it, because for emergency we can use fastener, but it is not a permanent fix. Next, splice failures. We know that in our conveyor belt we do splicings, right? These are the steps that we make. In some case, if there is a failure in this splice, then we can re-splice this. Okay, so we can re-splice and then we can use it. It is fixable. Mechanical fastener failures we will replace easily. Okay, in cases of joint where we have mechanical failures, see, these are the fastener joints. I will show you an image of the fastener joint to help you understand much better. See, this is a fastener joint, and suppose this joint snaps or this joint get damaged, then what we will do is we will remove these fasteners, or we will cut through this belt, and then again we will bring the new belt. Okay, so this is the fastener place, these are the fasteners. We will remove this entire piece, and then the both ends, this end we will trim them, and then again we will do the fastener joint. Okay, after removing this, so this is our new piece of fastener. Next we have slippage. If the belt slips, this is also a conveyor belt issue. If the belt slips, then we must relax the pulleys, or we must clean the pulleys. The pulleys, inside the pulley there may be some, inside the pulley leggings, literally means better, in a better way we can say that inside the pulley leggings there may be dust accumulated in it, or there may be muddy material accumulated in it. So it's important to clean them, or if it is not cleanable, then we will re-lag the pulleys. Okay, it will reduce the belt slippage. Remember that belt slipping issue may also cause the belt to damage and also cause the belt to burn. Okay, so this is also a very important thing. First, it will also reduce the efficiency. If you need to say transport 70 kg of material, but you are only able to transport 30 kg, then it's a very huge loss. It's a huge loss, right? Next, there are creases on the belt. If there are minor creases, then run it out. If there are severe creases, that means there are some markings on the belt. Okay, so if there are severe creases, then what we will do is we will splice and then rejoint. If there is delamination, remember, whenever in some conveyor belts you may have come across some factors. Suppose this is a conveyor belt. Okay, on the conveyor belt you can see that there are some bubbles generated on it. This is generally a delamination, a case in which there is ply separation. You can say there is ply separation or there is cover separation, and it causes some bubbles on the belt. And remember, this is a very dangerous issue. For time being, what we do is we just puff the material, or we just give a small tear from it so that the gap does not increase. Whenever it runs over the pulleys, this air will tend to propagate, and it will create a throughout bubble, means it will create throughout separation. So in minor cases, what we do is we tear it and then repair it, but it is also not a permanent fix. We need to replace it. Except this there are also what we can say ply separation. This is a type of damage. Okay, next there is edge separation. We will also find in some conveyor belts where there is edge separation. Next, there are also cracks on the belt. Okay, remember, there is cracks on the belt. Next, in cases of hot joint, there are cracks on channel. Okay, wherever there is a joint made, in case of hot joint, a channel is created. We will move deep into it in some later videos now, but If there is some damage here, there are also cracks on channel, what we can say. Okay, next there can be ingression of material. Some material is getting inside this ingression of materials. These are some of the major means conveyor belt issues, what we can say. Now let us move to the repair methods. What are the general repair methods that we do? And these are the four methods that we generally use in our industry, and all other methods come under these only. First method is vulcanization, means here we use the hot pressure. Okay, it uses heat pressure adhesives, and it is very durable, very ideal. It is convenient for both fabric and steel cord belts. But remember that why don't we do it every time? Because it consumes a lot of time. Okay, hot joint consumes a lot of time. It requires the skill. So in case of urgent jobs, we don't do this. And if the belt life is not much and there is repairs, then we generally prefer cold joints or replacing the belt. In harsh environments like mines, quarries, we can do this vulcanization. Next, it is for heavy duty belts. Durability is very high. You can see a 4 star, but its speed, okay, its speed is less. Means it is time consuming, and then skill level required is high. Next, we have metal fasteners. What we learned here, this is for quick installation in case of saving from breakdown, where there is a much focus on the production, and we will get the down opportunity later. But now I have to fix this belt anyhow. So what I will go for? I will go for metal fasteners here. There are quick install plates or hinges. There is a mold, okay, a mold in which the teams generally drill through these molds through the belt, and then they fasten it. What they do is, these are the two ends. There are a mold in which some holes are made. Okay, the operation team, they will drill it. The operator will drill it. The technician, they will drill the holes, and then they will use these hinges or alligator clips, what we can say better, these fasteners, and then they will join it. So remember that these are for temporary repairs and for high impact industries where stopping the conveyor line will have a great impact. So these are for emergency fast fixes. Durability is very less, you can see. Speed is very high and skill level is low, because here molds are generally provided, so you need not measure all these holes, the distances, and such things. Next, we have cold bonding. Okay, cold repairs. What are these cold repairs? See, it does not use adhesive or heat. Next, sorry, it uses adhesive. It uses adhesive but no heat. And pressure, generally we don't provide pressure, but here hammering is, by hammering we try to fix it. Okay. Now for minor cuts, surface repairs, quick patch jobs, lower durability material, we do this. Next, remember that there is a type of cold repair also in which we use cold putty. A putty material like cement material, in building industries. For example, see, there is a hole here and there is an impact here. Now what I will do is to close the impact, or suppose that this is a conveyor belt and you have a groove created here. This, remember that this is not a through hole, this is a groove created here, and then here are the plies, and then ply is visible. So top cover, these are the plies, and then this is the bottom cover. So think that there is a groove formed here. So what I will do, I will generally use this cold putty here, and then I will level up. I will maintain the level. So it is a general repair process. Now this is a repair strip. This is a repair strip. Okay, it is a type of rubber, a conveyor belt, top cover, you can say, which is a rubber material. What they will do is they will apply solution on this layer. They will apply a solution on the place of the conveyor belt where they need to fix it. Okay. Next, what I will do, after using 2 to 3 coats, they will generally put the repair strip here and then remove the plastic. Okay. So they will overlap it here and then remove the plastic or keep the plastics. These plastics are generally kept to ensure that they are means the rubber is not damaged. Okay. After doing the repair work, we remove the plastic. So this is a type of cold repair. Next, see that these are for small tiers, light duty belts, and durability is, means we can say medium. Speed is faster and skill level is also medium. Now we have mechanical splices. See, these are a modern type of repair. modern day industry repairs don't focus on this. They are focusing on mechanical splices because they are also highly durable. The cost of material is generally high, and it is in a innovative stage till now, means there are chances of improvement in this stage. General repair for flexibility, speed is also high, and skill level is also medium. See, I will show you some of the images for mechanical repairs. These are the rubber splice with screws. Okay, these are the splices. In the conveyor belt, you need to do the splicing. Okay, you have done the splicing here. In the old also you have done the splicing. You put this mold here. Now I am putting a new, this is the rubber splices screws. I am putting this rubber here. In the bottom side also I am putting such rubber. Now what I will do is I will put the fasteners, drill holes and put the fasteners. So this is done. This for heavy loads, we can permanent repairs. See a new for MLT Super Screw. MLT is a French company, as you may know, but they have an innovative product here, a super screw product, where they have put this. This is the mother belt. This is the mother belt, and this is the spliced portion on which they have used the repair, means mechanical repair. Okay. Now, remember that surface wear is repairable and it can be repaired by cold vulcanizing and cold bond and vulcanizations. Cracks or aging repairs. These are for sealing, partial patching. We can do it also. But blisters, bubbles, remember that they come under yellow or red category. So for small patches, it is repairable. For larger pieces, you have go to, for larger damage, you go to replace. Then edge wears, it is also replaceable by trimming it. Okay, edge cracks or delaminations, if there are small ones, then we will do it by hot repair. Okay, for edge, see, this is the belt edge. Suppose this edge is damaged here. Now what we will do is we will put some there is a type of hot repair. Okay, in the edges, hot repairs can be done in the edges, hot repairs can be done in the joint portion, hot repairs can be done in the mother belt. Okay, so these are different types of processes in which we will repair this. I will show you all of these machines someday in some time, but I don't have these images right now. But remember that hot repair is also very advanced. Now a very important thing before coming to it. Okay, now see, for moving on to the best repair method, first you have to learn what is the belt type. Then you need to know the damage severity. How severe is the damage? Then you will see the environment, if the repair will sustain or not. For example, see, this is a conveyor belt, and then there I have added a cold patch here. But the environment, I know that it is a very moisty environment. It will not sustain. Cold repairs will go out. Okay, we will again need to repair it. This will be a tremendous task. So here in these conditions, we generally prefer mechanical joints, or we generally prefer our, sorry, mechanical repairs or our hot repairs. See, you have to start with green repairs. First you see these things which can be repaired. Okay, green ones you can easily repair. Then you monitor the yellow cases, and for red you have to replace it. Invest in quality splices and repair kits. You need to understand this because it means, suppose you have purchased something from a local vendor, and then he has provided you some material, some screws are rust or some screws are not going through. This will means lead to a such high damage time that the faster job will also be a Herculean task. Now see, when to repair and replace. Is damage less than 10% of belt length? If the damage is less than 10% of belt length, then yes, we will repair it. And if it is increases the 10%, it is a thumb rule. Okay, in industries where it comes to cost saving and all this, we generally repair it as much as possible. Then replace. Is the belt delaminated or has transverse breaks? Remember that if a belt has transverse break, okay, a small portion also, then we need to keep it on high urgency focus. Okay, on inspection on every level, because it doesn't take time to lead to a breakdown. So first focus will be a rejoint or replace. If it is not replaceable, then mechanical cold bond repair you can do it if there is no delamination in the transverse break. Okay, and I need to say you something that why are these breaks happening? Remember that localized holes may be due to impact, longitudinal tears may be due to some foreign material ingressions, transverse breaks are also due to some foreign material or some cuts in the joint or improper jointing processes followed. Okay, there may be several reasons. Splice failures due to the jointing failures in most of the cases. Mechanical fastener failures. These are the failures. We don't need to learn this because mechanical fasteners are temporary ones. In case of some industry where we don't use rubber belts but some PV type of belts, yeah, mechanical fasteners don't fail generally. Okay, then misalignments may be due to operational matter or due to some jointing means during jointing the belt was not straight, and this causes misalignments. Slippage may be due to the lagging. Slippage may be due to some generally due to the lagging. Then there may be generally cracks, what I had mentioned before. I had mentioned, let me just, okay, cracks. Cracks may be due to the top cover where means hot material. Okay, hot material. You have to move to some upgraded layer like UHR. You generally find cracks here, or hardness increase in the hardness of the belt. Okay, air separation, belt sway. These are the some of the methods. Now, what are the best practices and prevention to prevent this? See, first thing is you have to do regular inspection. Next, belt must be stored properly. Generally, in industries, you see that belt are stored in a place, and it is coming in frequent contact with rain, moisture, water, air, everything, sunlight, and then this all damage the rubber. Remember. Next, keep splicing areas clean. Okay, where you are doing the joint, you see that you are doing the splicing here, and then you have applied the solution, and then a nearby conveyor is running with full dust coming and surrounding on this jointing surface. It will ultimately lead to belt failure. Remember, the splice areas must be clean. In case of steel cords also, remember that they are properly dried before jointing, moisture is not there, and there is a canopy, properly covered canopy. Next, train your repair team. You need to train your repair team as to how to do the repair. Cold repairs or a small putty repair, if not done properly in the belt, it will, whenever the putty repair is, think that it comes above the belt surface, the putties. Now whenever it comes to the scraper, what it will do, the scraper will tend to remove this putty. Okay, it will again peel off. So your repair team must be skilled. And the last process, use tracking systems. We have found a lot of abnormalities due to the tracking systems. There is improper tracking. And also remember that use proper tonnage. Okay, we know that a belt rating is, we have purchased a belt of low rating considering the price, and then we are providing it with, means the belt is running, and on all its sides we have materials means falling all apart. There's high excessive material buildup here. So remember this is. Next, also you need to remember that use high quality of scrappers. Next, remember that ensure proper housekeeping. This is also a very important thing when it comes to damages. Okay, so this is the video that we have made. Hope you have liked, you have loved what we have taught here, what you need to learn here. Next time we ensure that you will take a good look upon these conveyor belt methods, repairing methods and technologies that you will see. And if there are some new methods that you have introduced, kindly let us know via comments, and we will be happy to share it with all of you. Thank you so much, and keep learning. And remember that you need to subscribe and like, because you are doing so great. And we will generally, what we do is we will generally try to bring you some of the most important topics what are important for industrials. Thank you. Take care, and take care of your conveyors. It is a very important thing. Thank you. Bye bye.